Valerie, you've had a lot of experience with Afar women and their babies and in the wider community. The BKFA would love to know what we could do to advocate more broadly worldwide to improve the maternal and infant death rates.
I think your organisation could join hands with many like-minded organisations who seriously want to see maternal death go down. And it's always, maternal death is always worse in marginalised people where they're living under remote conditions, where government is just closing an eye and forgetting. Okay. Now, what governments of the world are not prepared to do today is look at the intricacy of different societies. We've got a pastoralist society, Aboriginals are hunters and gatherers. Okay, so how do they move? How do they think? How do they relate to each other? They don't care. Okay, they blueprint everything coming straight from New York, straight from Sydney or somewhere, and they have their policies. Boom, the Ethiopian government has their policies. Their policies do not fit the pastoralists. In fact, they're against the pastoralists. I mean, a policy that says more or less they say it's only legal to have a baby in a health centre. Now, if you've got to walk 10 days to get to the closest health centre, I mean, I've discussed with the men, how are you going to do it? How are you going to move this woman? They hold their hands up in despair. We don't know. Because they turn to you and say, well, when's the baby coming out? Well, we don't know, and they don't know. And it's not predictable. And so, it's a hopeless situation, I mean, there was a case of a couple of mothers, this is a very silly thing, but in Yallo, where they heard of the decree of the government, they were only supposed to deliver in the health centre. You know what they did? They loaded these mothers into what's called a tuk-tuk or a badaj, a simple thing. It wasn't far to go to the health centre. They delivered in the badaj. Imagine what the poor driver did. What are you doing? What's that noise? Please, not in my badaj. No, I don't know that. Oh, no, please. Stop. And the baby came out in the badaj. So, I mean, it was a totally confused mess. We've got to do things on the ground. We've got to live with the community where the community is. We've got to grow with the community. As this community becomes more literate, more educated, more trained, how can they become not like Western society, totally not like Australia? They're not going to reach that level, but at least have the degrees of safe motherhood that lower maternal death better than we've got now. We've got mothers simply dying of severe anemia. Like they come into our Mille, our small hospital in Mille with 1.4 hemoglobin. Now what is this? She's barely breathing now. And she's come straight from the community. They come in grossly fitting from this eclampsia. Totally their bodies are swollen, edematous. So we've got so much work to do, but our government is not providing us the policies to do it. They are saying, don't do this work in the remote communities. Bring them to the health centre. We only need to see them in the health centre. We don't need your data in the faraway communities. Forget that. That's not true. We don't believe you. So, okay, go there, walk there. We walk there. Go and ask the woman, how did she have the baby? She'll tell you. So, I mean, we've got to... governments are pushed, I believe, by Western thinking to run too fast towards modernisation of all forms of social behaviour. And this is not necessary or not healthy. We have to go at the pace of the community. We have to listen to that community. And we have to realise the different cultures we have internationally and work with them. And if we deny that, then we deny all those marginal women and mothers from safe motherhood. We deny them. And that's what's happening. WHO has now reduced what they said. They said only that a mother should be delivered by a qualified birth attendant. they said the wording was not correct and it was misinterpreted. And they're trying to go back on their words. But it's a bit too late now. In Kenya, you can actually be put in prison for dealing with a traditional birth attendant. If they find out that you've trained her, if they find out that you are communicating with her and supporting her, which is very, very shocking. They haven't done that so far in Ethiopia. I hope they never do it. But you see, we're marching to the same tune, and WHO is too late now to correct their words. But this is, we've got, in our world, we have the UN up there in the sky, slanting the things across the sky like we do writing with a plane. I've seen that happen here in Australia. That fascinates me. People write Happy Christmas on the sky. Oh, funny people. But this is what the UN does. It writes things across the sky. The world, the developing world has got to agree with the UN. If they want their money, if they want to be part of the world, we are on the string of the international community, and they're not listening to us at all, at all, at all.